Someone else can bring the drippy thing. Trying to give balling up a break, little hiatus thing on day 3 and waking up with so much more energy. I hear that. I'm sure he can't speak English and never really fitted in with the rest of the squad. I have a feeling he signed with us for money, then realized that money isn't everything. I don't know, man. I think Torreira, it just ain't worked out. Oh, the B, my guy. Cucurella to Chelsea, 50 million's a lot. They need a left back, really. I think he's better than Chilwell. If you can bring him better than what you've got, why not? It only raises the competition. It gives them more depth. I think he's one of the most perfect fullbacks to play in that Thomas Tuchel system. So yeah, I think Chelsea have shown they could do a lot worse, and obviously he's in his prime 20, so there's resale value there. 50 million's the new 20, isn't it? Certain man spent 50 million on Sigurdsson, so it is what it is. Chelsea have done a lot worse. They could do a lot worse. I believe Edu, Arteta, and Josh, through them, are really making the club a modern professional place to be. Players will only come here who benefit the club from now on, as it should be for everybody, really. I know your team hate me. The real Dons don't. I remember that clip, didn't even realize it was you. Need to hear this every day, GG. Crazy, man. The Arteta would cry for this team too. You lot are fools, Appreciate you lot though, man. I know, filthy. I know, man. I know. It's all entertainment. Will you be doing an all or nothing watch along on Twitch? It's like people not listening. Yeah, man. Hey, chill out with that Maguire thing. For the documentary, I was doing that way before, bro. That's years ago. But I was rattled, bloody, bro. Turning up to play Sunday League, and bro, for me, it's when you're playing with shit. I'm not saying I'm amazing, but shit, man, that don't understand football, bro. Fullbacks not pushing up, holding the back line. Centre backs too far. Keeper can't play with his feet. Keeper, every shot on target's going in. Bare shit dons, like barely 5-a-side players playing, bro. How authentic do you think these docs are? Obviously, I think it'll be 60 PR, 40% truth, because they can't hide certain things. But let's be honest, it is the chance. I'm not saying the club isn't in a good light, but it's the chance to put the club in an even better light, really. Like, think about it, if you was there, you do the same. Your manager's just signed a new deal. He ties into what you're doing. It's a chance to show Arteta from a human perspective, the players from a human perspective, Edu, what you're doing behind the scenes to a degree, and a human perspective. Come on now, man. You already know how this is going to be, man. Facts, well said. I said the same thing. You can't replicate an atmosphere in the stadium with a sound system. It's not the same. It isn't the same, but I do like, and I agree, I do like the attempt, because what else can you do? Sort of thing. Napoli owners are mad. You can't come to them with foolishness, man. It's not just finishing fourth or third. I know Arsenal will compete for the title this season. I hope you're right, bro. But yeah, bro, 2 back-to-back 8 finishes and 5th. I would love it to be the case, but you got a crew before you can run it. I like Ferran Torres, and I would take him at the Emirates, but I don't know if after just signing him in January they're gonna clip him already, bro. I would take Memphis. Let's get to 200 likes, people. I would take Memphis, can play across the front, 3 leadership qualities and a proper baller. Think with this season our young squad will be better with experience from the running at the end. Like the look of us now. I hope so, bro. Those team talks are what separates the one who play for fun and those who love the game and want to be the best they can. Amen. Why do our fans or people in general laugh at people trying their best to be successful? That's life, bro. A lot of people mock things and never do it, really and truly. How many people will mock people in the public eye and they're not doing nothing with their lives? It's crazy, man. That's life, really. That is life, bro. You're not gonna get away from it. I'm not really going to praise Arteta for doing that, because I expect a manager to be doing those things. And to me, that's not unheard of. I have heard of managers playing speakers before. I agree with you. Someone actively trying to fix a problem. But I do think it's Arteta's job. And I don't know. I'm not a psychologist. I don't know what he would do to get them over that mental block. But to a degree, I do think it's for the players. If you look at yourself in Sunday League, you knew, I'm 27. Back in my days, early playing days, you knew if you went to Bordeaux Farm, it's scary, brother. I used to play for Farm before I went Edmund All-Stars. It's scary, blood. You see the blocks, Clasford's there, big black guy looking scary as shit, scary voice. They got players that they're saying's under 9s, bro. I swear to you, you're paying mortgages. It's shook. But and you could see some players crumble, but some players are like, you know what, we're down for this. It is what it is. Or when you're playing teams with certain gangbangers and you've got gangbangers on your team and it's all a palaver, you could either get scared or it's whatever sort of thing. So I do think the players have to find it within themselves to arrest it. And as I say, you know, people don't make mistakes on purpose. Even the shittest player at Arsenal, I don't think people are going out there to make mistakes on purpose. I know people are trying. Old habits do die hard, but this is a results driven business. So yeah, man, it is what it is in that regards. All right, big up, Khan. Morning, my bro. Morning, back at you, broski. What's with this Madison business? Allegedly, he'd rather join Spurs or Arsenal. Which I don't know if I could get in that. Man said, remember the drone hype. Trust, even the drones are there. But at the end of the day, what is a drone, blood? Like, it's giving you different angles in that. But yeah, man, it is what it is. How many likes are we at, boy? 86 likes. Tough crowd. Tough crowd. I'm looking forward to seeing how things work within the Arsenal team on the prime thing. But the closer it comes to Friday, the more I'm thinking we could smash them proper. I'm saying 5-0. Listen, I don't know, man. With Arsenal, I'm still just gonna take every game as it comes, really. First 5 minutes is key Friday. First 10. First 10 of the first half, last 10 of the first half, first 10 of the second half, last 10 of the second half. Game management. If you score, make sure you don't concede 30 seconds away. Out of 10, how ready are we for the season as things stands? I think pre-season's been good. I think I'm seeing things gel. 7, 6. If I'm honest with you, 7, 6. I don't think, we would have liked a bit more outgoings. I'm sure Arteta would like a bit more in the transfer market in terms of incomings, if possible. Yeah, man. Obviously, you have to mark it a bit down for nothing out of anyone's control but injuries. So probably that, man. Afternoon, Rich. At the end of the day, it's a business, so they're not going to show too much negativity on the all or nothing. They're not going to be honest, completely honest, really. Do you think people are underestimating Crystal Palace? If they're underestimating Crystal Palace, they're stupid. Vieira's doing quite well. We know how we struggle with away games. They took 4 points off us last season. And I think Crystal Palace is the perfect example. I think all them players need to do beyond the obvious in pre-season. Go and look at the last 2 games you played against Palace. Among everything, one of our issues was when we taken the lead, holding on to things. Again, if we took the lead and held on to it against Man United, Everton away, or Crystal Palace at home, we might be in the Champions League. We can't do ifs and buts. We can only deal with what's in front of us, and we didn't do that. Crystal Palace took 4 points off you. They're looking better than they were last season. They're going to fancy it against you. You're not going to prove everything wrong. There's 38 finals. You perform across 38 finals, you have the season you want. So I don't think any single Arsenal fan could and should be underestimating Crystal Palace. They've got our number. Them and Brighton took 4 points off us as well. Really, we know our problems. We know game management's an issue. We know reacting to setback. We know when certain men get injured, there's issues. We know things have to be a perfect way. We know we can be a bit rigid. We struggle to deal with atmospheres. We know what goes into our season. Really, we these players should know it. Really. So let's see what they're on. Everyone wants to beat you as well. That comes with the territory, really and truly. They've got good players. Everyone's going to be buzzing. Palace fans as well, because it's the first game back. Probably going to need to be able to do this thing. You lot need to prove that you're not a soft touch, that you're not soft, that you can develop, that you can react to setbacks. You already know what it is. And on top of all the other things, the games that scare us. Our record against the top 6 is not good enough. It's not good enough. Our bogey teams. Crystal Palace, Southampton away, Brighton away, Crystal Palace home and away. They always, it's frustrating draws, or they have our number. You lot know the games that are tricky to go to, really. And there should have been an end of season report for all of these players. Personally, how they've performed across, whether they played 2 games or 20 million games last season, or they played 2. What did you do well this season? What did you fail at? You should have been working on that in pre-season off the back of what you're doing at the club already. And I'm not expecting the season to cut open on Friday and we're all better, but you're moving in that regards. And a collective, if us with limited resources and just our love for this football club can put these things together, you lot have the same things we've just said, but you lot can really scrutinize things. You lot can look at your heat maps, your average positioning over over a game and multiple games. You lot can really, bro. There's people that are just recording the games in our analytical department. Again, old habits die hard, and I think a lot of fans need to relate football to real life examples. A lot of you that criticize these players for making mistakes, you lot don't have discipline in many of your lives. Some of you have tried to quit smoking, you can't quit. Some of you have tried to have better financial discipline, you ain't got better financial discipline. So when you see someone making the same mistakes in the field, yes, hold them accountable. It comes with the territory. Same way, if you do something good, you should be praised. It is what it is. Arsenal's been an open book, and again, I don't really. There's teams better than us. There's teams doing good things, but to a degree, I don't give a flying monkeys what United are doing with Ten Hag, what Conte is doing at Spurs. Not that we can ever look at City and Liverpool. Not that whatever they're doing, whatever Tuchel's doing, because I know we are. No matter how good them teams are, for me as an Arsenal fan, for what I'm saying, we are our own worst enemies. We pressed the self-destruct button. You know, we could have been as shit as we were last season and still got top four. We are our own worst enemies. And this is where the game management, the reacting to setbacks, the not just starting games well, because if I further scrutinize that, that's another thing. We could even go back to Everton, Everton in the first half in pre-season. Perfect pressing, intensity, every man in their half, high line, everything, midfield on it. But we didn't really test Pickford until we scored. We didn't really test Pickford. And you saw just before we scored, the first thing that kind of tested him, he was shaky. Sometimes I think we do well for the first 20 minutes and we don't have that added nastiness, isn't the right word, but that added impetus, like, no, let's get that goal. Sometimes I think we can sit back a bit, and I'd even extend that to Everton in the Premier League last season at home, and Leeds. They scored goals off the back of nothing, which was largely a one-sided contest. So I hope the players have learned from last year. And as I always say, remember how it felt. Remember how it felt to be told you're doing well when we was winning games. Remember how it felt when they said you don't know the project, you don't know what the gaffer's doing, all that stuff at the start. Remember how it felt when they actually were acting like you was a shoo-in for top four. And ultimately, remember how it felt when you crumbled. Remember how you felt at White Hart Lane. Remember how you felt traveling to and from Newcastle. Remember how it felt on the last day of the season while you beat Everton, but it was a bitter pill to swallow. Remember how it felt having small hopes that Norwich, a team that get battered every week, and by God's grace, they never come back to the Prem. Shout me if you need a job, if you can hook man with a job or something. Norwich, no hard feelings. Remember how it felt to be relying on them. That should be what's driving you. You know, I took 2 times to pass my driving test. I remember the first time I failed. The morning I'm going there like, nah, bro, I'm not failing again, cuz it's one of them ones. You know, and this is where I say a lot of it is to do with the mentalness, and there's a lot of it. I don't know how Arteta would do it, but a lot of it is down for these players to get themselves in there. I think Ramsdale shows good mentality. I think Xhaka shows good mentality. I think there's a bunch of other players, of course, but you know, we're only as strong as our weakest man. It's a team thing. You know, I don't want to have the same season we're waffling about this guy didn't perform today, so we didn't get 3 points, or this person's missing. Bro, these things, a lot of Arsenal fans, I can't lie, they act like these problems are unique to Arsenal Football Club. A lot of these problems come with being a football club. Injuries, all these, it comes with the territory. If I'm a chef, I'm going to cut my hands sometimes, you know. Is what it is. If I sell drugs, I'm going to go jail one day, you know. It's one of them. It comes with the territory, people. So yeah, it is what it is. If you work hard, if you truly work hard, if you don't cheat yourselves, if you show added impetus on defending as well, you have the season you want. And that doesn't mean we'd all love it. You know, we've definitely asked because we've done it. We've been unbeaten. We'd love to be unbeaten for 38 games. You know, we'd love for everything to be perfect, but we know every game tells a different story. Every game's going to have its own enemy and protagonist. You know, everyone has their part to play across this 22, 25-man squad, across this 38-game Premier League calendar, and however many much in the other competitions, provided we get there. I don't know about that. Chill out. You're sounding like them yo driller dons, but chill out. I mean, I'm more trusting of the process. I'll definitely give it that. Definitely more trusting. I'll give it that. As much as I like Arteta, he made some horrible decisions last season. Both he and the players need to improve. Again, exactly. You don't get paid 70k because you're not a footballer. And again, things come with the territory, but they're still human beings, man. We can't just look at that as a fact. I read that Elise is out for Friday. Bro, fuck that, man. Let's just go with the players need to go there. That Crystal Palace are playing the strongest team in it. We know what time it is. We know they're very intense. They're very physical. They play on the crowd. They have wonderful technicians. Obviously, they're not going to have Gallagher and that. So hopefully that's missing in midfield. But yeah. DG, do you think there's an agenda against Arsenal having to play them first against a Bergie team? No. Selhurst Park on a Friday night. So madness it is, but at least you get out the way sooner rather than later, like. It's better to do it now. Get out the way bright and early, man. The world would be watching the game. The world would be watching every football game. You should play for Arsenal Football Club. In a nice way, they need to be able to shut out the noise. Because again, if you go off last season, they told you that you've rebuilt and they talked like you was a shoe in at fourth. There was points last season. Man, we're even talking about third. If you listen to them at the start of the season, according to Gary Neville, there is no project. Shut out the noise. Shut out the noise. I think Eddie Nketiah is the best example. Many a fan would have said you're not good enough. Everybody says some people would like a new striker and things, but some people would, you talk to all of them, you're their best friend. People are going to love you today, hate you tomorrow, love you today. Just like then just keep your heads. All that matters, obviously the fans and all this matters. All that matters is the manager's thoughts and all of your people in arms, all of the coaching staff, the kit man, the photography dons, all of that, the people that you're spending more time with than your family, like every walk of life. And these lot are traveling abroad, doing all these things. Fight for each other, man. Simple as that. You do that, you have a decent season. You don't do that, well, you've seen how the script goes, Arsenal fans. You're not stupid. And then the other fans locked in. Appreciate you. Look, I'd love Elise, but it's a madness, man. If we don't get another quality midfielder, I think it will be more or less the same as last season. If Partey gets injured, the pivot's looking meaty. I can finally see the game plan and the identity of the club coming back. Do you? I don't know about the identity of the club, but I do think they put it in a positive scenario. I do think we're moving in the right direction. But again, it's always, as much as I love Arsenal, it's always been that there's 10 reasons to be happy, 10 reasons to be pessimistic. So let's see if we're going to make that proper step now. Because there's a degree of expectation on certain players brought in, on certain players existing, players that have underperformed. You need to get it down. As much as I like Arteta, I like the project, I like a lot of things. He's without faults. He's a young manager. He's going to do dumb shit. He's going to backfire. He's going to show his inexperience. I think if we had, I don't want Conte as much as it's Conte, but if we had Conte towards that tail end of the season at Arsenal, I think he gets Champions League. I don't think Arteta gets Champions League with Spurs, not because he's not a good manager, because he's inexperienced, but there's a degree of expectation now. The game's gone like that. Man don't have to be managing for 20 years to get top jobs. You've been spoken about as this guy, rightly so. The manager, the players praise your tactics, how you are as a man. You've signed a 3-year deal. Or Arsenal Football Club were meant to be one of the top 4 to top 6 sides in this Premier League, arguably challenging for major honours. There's a degree of expectation on the players, on Edu now as well. And the manager's no different, because man are going to ask serious questions. There's no time for games next season. Certain things, I don't think it will, but certain things would have to be addressed. Nah, I don't think we cannot cope without Thomas Partey for a prolonged period of time. Neither can we with Tierney, neither can we with Tomiyasu. Crazy stuff, man. Big up DG, always consistent and on point with analysis. Just want to shout you out, bro. Cheese and onion, appreciate that. Don't like that packet, Chris, but I appreciate that. DG, what do you expect from Vieira? Will he get a lot of Premier League minutes in? I hope so. I hope he can get some minutes, but he's got to force his way into the plan. Yeah, I'll be doing a watch along on YouTube for All or Nothing. Broski. DG banned from South. I'm always in South, so you could never tell me that, man. You could never, ever. But yeah, they'll say I got agendas. Off topic, DG, what you saying about the end of EA making FIFA end of era? In my opinion, the world is different. No 40 games left, but FM is crazy. It's always been the same with Arsenal. Put in a really excellent performance versus the top 6, regardless of the result, and trip up and look meaty against bottom half teams. Thanks for your update. Watching in Zimbabwe. Shout out the Zimbabwe ones. Appreciate that. Appreciate all of you lot as well. Score prediction for Crystal Palace. First game of the season, bro. We got to be a bit optimistic. 3-1. I know, I would love the clean sheet. I'm going to say 3-1. A brace for Gabby, Jesus, Saka goal as well. And maybe just one little brain fart from Arsenal. Have you seen the breakdown of the Leno fee? No, I haven't, But it's 8 million. Like, for me, what else is there? I know they're probably running us that bread hella delayed, but yeah, man. It is authentic. To be fair, you're gonna be aware of the camera, but there's certain things you can't hide, man. Well, go on, DG. Feeling Arsenal getting third this season? I don't know, man. I don't know, blood. I don't know. We just need to work hard. We can finish as high as third, fourth. I say fourth, as low as eighth. We're our own. It depends. As I said, we're our own worst enemies, or we can be our best friends. All through this summer,